Here are the boundaries of Hawkesbury Council, and here are the boundaries of the Northwest Growth Sector. Where they intersect is the Vineyard release area. When fully built, there could be as many as 2,400 houses in a triangle of land bounded by Windsor Road, Boundary Road, Commercial Road and Menon Road. Hawkesbury Council has never had a say in whether this should happen. Policy for urban development at this level is set by the state government. The boundaries of the sector were set in 2005 by the previous Labor government. The land was finally rezoned in December 2017. If we have to have development, I am strongly of the view that we should seek to do things better in the Hawkesbury. For me, this means block sizes that are more generous, broad avenues that are wide enough to permit parking and service vehicles, frontages large enough to permit tree cover, a better mix of housing styles, some respect for the landscape that a development sits in, protection for our waterways, and a better balance between passive recreational spaces and buildings. My view is that what we are seeing nearby, for example, east of Boundary Road, has not achieved this balance. If this is the model that we're expected to follow, it is not good enough. Such outcomes are related strongly to the money spent on infrastructure. Council has identified $165 million worth of costs associated with developing Vineyard well. It's a combination of land acquisition, roads, curbs, drainage, street lighting, environmental protection and community amenities. This infrastructure is usually funded by a combination of a levy on each block collected by developers and then state government money. If they're lumping us with this, other tiers of government should step up and do their part to fund their share to make these livable, sustainable and flourishing communities. Other parts of the growth sector have secured state government money to fund this infrastructure. For example, there's a pool of $369 million called LIGS, the Local Infrastructure Growth Scheme. Box Hill, Riverston, Marsden Park, Schofields and Kellyville North have all enjoyed assistance through this scheme. I advocated to the Treasurer for Vineyard to be eligible for LIGS funding. However, in the Hawkesbury, we got nothing. That's not good enough. In areas where LIGS money is available, developer contributions are capped at $40,000 per block, which helps make houses more affordable. State money makes up the difference, and in some areas this is permitted up to $90,000 per block to do essential infrastructure works. Absent this money, Hawkesbury Council submitted a Developer Contribution Plan, or DCP, to IPART, the independent pricing regulator, to place a levy on developers to fund all the essential infrastructure. The overall cost that we proposed per block is reasonable. It's the same as Box Hill next door and less than other areas, but so far IPART have knocked us back. Their response to our draft DCP is to suggest that we should cut the developer levy per block by over 21%. Cumulatively, this leaves a huge gap in the infrastructure program of over $35 million. I believe that this would result in a bad outcome for Hawkesbury ratepayers. Firstly, it would mean that a higher tax burden would have to be placed on the rest of the Hawkesbury to help pay to develop Vineyard. Secondly, it would mean that the quality of that development would tank. IPART suggests demoting Boundary Road to a mere collector road, instead of the important sub-arterial road that it is now. There is no doubt that Boundary Road is a major road. It's the spine of this development, providing access to Windsor Road. IPART suggests that there should be less environmental protection for the Killarney chain of ponds and native vegetation across the 590 hectare site. And most interestingly, IPART suggests that Hawkesbury Council's estimates for the cost of land acquisition are too high. Let me slow down and unpack that for you. If your council rates have gone up sharply recently, that's partly a result of the Valuer General saying that your land has recently become a lot more valuable. Council based its estimates on the cost of acquiring land for, say, a park or an easement on figures from the Valuer General. And yet IPART are claiming that those figures are too high. So which is it? I and my fellow Liberals will continue to pursue these questions on your behalf on Hawkesbury Council. I'm Nathan Zamprogno.